Hi everybody, I'm Dave and this is Summer.
Hello.
And at this time we're going to start teaching you Nightclub two-step, also called just a two-step or Nightclub slow dance. The dance that, if you remember, we did in middle school and high school where we just rocked back and forth. We're trying to step that up a little bit so you can do a little bit more with it, but we never want to lose the intimacy that you have with that dance. And we're going to show you how to do that. Now to start, first we just have to get ourselves dancing, get our footwork going, get ourselves feeling the music, expressing the music, and then we get together and we do it together. So we have a nice sensuous feeling between the two partners. Now to start, first of all, we're just going to do some walks. Okay, Summer, would you do them just slightly behind me, please? Facing this way. Okay. Now all we're going to do is one of the elements in the Nightclub slow dance is this. Take a step and then touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. Then we can go backwards also. Step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. Then the next element, see, that wasn't too hard. The next element is just a sway and a sway. Now be careful. When you do the sway, a proper sway is to let your spine come all the way over to the foot, let your hip go out a little bit, then shift your spine all the way over to the foot and let your hip go out a little bit. Now too often people do this, okay, and they just rock back and forth. That's a sure sign of a non-dancer, okay? So if you want to be a dancer and get a good feel out of it and look good, you shift your whole spine and just let your hip go out a little bit. And also don't do it too much, see? That's usually what people do because they don't know what they're doing. Okay, so we're trying to correct you on that. Then we put it together. Now first we're going to just do it sideways. Okay, and for handhold right now we're going to have you apart. Later on we're going to get you close together into a close embrace. But right now just hold her hand here. Okay, guys, put your hand on her shoulder blade right there. Ladies, you put your hand on the back of his shoulder right there. Right, don't put it on top. This is a common mistake because then you don't realize that you start hanging on the guy. And contrary to a lot of what people believe, you're not supposed to hang on the guy. He's not supposed to support you. Okay. Well, not dance-wise anyhow. See, Summer's laughing about that one. Okay, okay, so we make an imposition. Okay, let's go back to create some feeling. Remember, when we dance, we can't use walking posture. That doesn't create any feeling, any rhythm. We have to get into dance posture. So everybody bend your knees a little bit, just a little, and lean forward a little bit. Do not hunch. Keep your back straight, but break from your pelvic area a little bit. Now what this does, it puts your break right here, which gives you a lot of rhythm. Plus, when you move, it puts your sternum or your chest plate over your front foot. And that's what you use for center in all couple dances. And this is very different than what they do in jazz and ballet. It's a huge different posture because of the connection to the partner and the communication, okay? And then also, if I'm slightly bent and I'm leaning forward and she's leaning forward, later on when we get close, our chest plates are closed and that's where we get our intimacy. But we'll be talking about that later. Right now, do it for rhythm and balance, okay? So now we have the hand here and we start our walk. Guys start with the left, start with the right. And we go step, touch, and sway, sway, step, touch, okay? We'll do that again. Now the other thing that we're building on, to be able to get in close embrace, we can't dance toe to toe. We have to be offset. Now what that means is each partner aims their right foot between their partner's feet. That way, if we're walking, if something goes wrong, we step in between the feet rather than on the feet, and it gives us the ability to get real close. So for right now, her center will be dancing with his right side, and his center will be dancing with her right side, okay? So just aim up like that. Plus when we're dancing, guys, this gives you a window so that you can navigate around the floor if it's a crowded floor. So we're offset, and we go step, touch, and sway, sway. Step, touch, and sway, sway. And if you want, guys, you can go backwards. Now, normally you wouldn't go backwards on a regular floor because you'd run into people, but just for practice, it's a good idea to go step, touch, and sway, sway. Now, if we're doing this way, so you can see it from here, we'd go step, touch, and sway, sway, or step, touch, and sway, sway, okay? Now, if you want to start putting a little bit of, after you practice that for a while, just doing your touch, you can also do a pressure step. Now, what that means is, when you step on your first step, you can take this ball to your instep and push your hip up and down a little bit. Okay? So the right ball, knee's bent. And if you straighten that knee a little bit, it'll make your hip go up and down. Okay? And then we can also step on our right foot, then we put the ball of our left foot here, and we can make that hip go up and down. Now remember, we don't want the hips to go out sideways because that throws our balance off. When we push the hip, we push it up into the rib cage, up and down, up and down. Okay? So now when we do it, we can get, let's do it this way one time. I'll try and exaggerate the hips. 1, up, down, sway, sway. Or 1, up, down, sway, sway. Now we make it look easy, but that'll take some practice. So first just get used to doing the touch, then later on get used to pushing that hip up and down. It's a little more complex than it looks, but you can do it if you just practice and keep studying. There we go. Okay, so now you have the basic movement, rhythm, posture, and hold for the Nightclub 2-step.